So now we're solving famous mathematicians and the current date and time for historic purposes. Yeah, so we're just going to go through them one by one, famous mathematicians. And so what I did is I just Google searched for famous mathematicians. And I just cracked open the, from start to roughly 24 down. So we're just going to solve their names, because that's how it works. Every person has a name, and every name has a number, and that's the mechanism by which God takes the glory for everything in world history. It's pretty simple. So you should name your children intentionally for the glory of the Trinity, who is love. So, how fitting that the first one on our list is Euclid, who equals love perfectly. 54, there he is. And then notice that all the letters in the center are the ones that divide by 3. Wrapped in 9, so it's easy to find the 227s. You have, or can you find the 227s? There's a 24, 30. I don't know if you can find the 227s, but that's fine. It's pretty awesome as it is. Euclid equals love. Ooh, Alexander, 888. 22. That's easy. If you study this, you'll get so many like 3s coming at you. It's ridiculous. Okay, so Euclid has been solved. Who's next? Isaac Newton. Sure, Isaac Newton. Oh man. Wow, Isaac is 33. And then Newton is all man in Hebrew, which glorifies 3, and altogether it's a double of 31st. Honestly, I can design better names than this. Next. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites, Gauss, because he's like Mr. 3 times 3. He's 3 to the power of 5. That's an obvious one. 24 letters and 54 strokes. Euler. There's an obvious 3 fest. Yeah, chain link bookended with 3s. In fact, he is doubly chain linked. Very nicey. How about Euler? Yeah, Euler glorifies 3. That's easy, cool. Pythagoras. Ooh, I wanted Wikipedia. Yeah, there's an obvious 3 for you. Now, how about Greek? Pythagoras of Samos. Let's go to the Greek. Wow, that's stunning. His name in Greek is insanely awesome. It's 8 times worship in 9 letters, 9th prime strokes. Like, that is insane. There you go. Now you know why he's so famous, folks. It's not complicated. Just name your children properly and they too will be famous. Yeah, that's 3 fest there. So spend a little more time now that you're staring at something really amazing. Like, look at the Greek letters for Pythagoras here. Let's grab some piece of whiteboard here. What do we got? We're looking for 3s because he's the famous triangle guy, Pythagoras. So we're looking for 3s because God is 3 persons. So I see the famous 201 of world history on the end there, which is 888 by the law of prime. And then here's a 3 at dead center, the G. That's important to point out that you've got a 3 in the center. So let's see what kind of flanking mechanism. Interesting. There's Jesus, 74 in the center. Very cool. So this divides by 3 as well. These two make a multiple of 3. So we got some lovely. So the last 2 letters divide by 3. The first 2 divide by 3. The first 3 letters divide by 3. And then these 3 will knit together. So this center cluster is a 3 fest, and there you go. Pythag. Now say it. Pythag or us. Pythagoras. There's Christ the Redeemer there in the center. That's beautiful. Done. Now you know why he's so famous. Mr. Triangle himself, Pythagoras, has been solved. Who's next? Archimedes. Archimedes. Okay, where's his Greek name? That's 3rd prime times 7th prime 3. 164th. Well, you can dig into the old I know arch. Everything up until that final S is just hitting it out of the park. You can find love in that pretty easily. Yeah, like find love in Archimedes. It's pretty obvious. Just pop the C off of that total that I highlighted. Just everything right here. Pop off the C, and that gives you love, and then it's followed by 9. So the S is like a +1 on the end, or if you will. Archimedes or Syracuse. Archimedes. So what is the Greek? What do we find in the Greek concerning the number 3? Well, you get the 201 front and back. That's cool. And then you get worship on the inside of that. That's cool. 108. These are king numbers, by the way, that we've just highlighted in 2 teams. Then you've got this, which divides by 3. It's 600. You've got these guys, which make a multiple of 3. You could also do the 48, which is a common set there. So yeah, there's some nice triple bookending in Archimedes there. And that'll knit together with every other component of the man's life. Archimedes. Ah, Mr. Archimedes. Okay. Rene Descartes. Reveal yourself, sir. That's missing 5 points on the accent because my calculator does not get that. So 8 3s. I know Rene is like 3s. Descartes. There's another famous name with the 3 fast there. Very similar. Alrighty, mathematician sitting right there. Now he was French, so I wonder what the French would have been back in that day. Latinized, it's the 3 fest. Who's next? Godfrey Leibniz. He's probably just born like this. That's a long one. Blaise Pascal, I remember doing a million times. He's pretty obvious. He's 100 bang on the nose. This is a new one. Huh. Interesting. Oh, you can find love very easily in there. YB is 27, R plus HA is another 27. You get a bonus 21. Pierre Fermat, of course. Fermat, very famous last name there. Let's give us more. Pierre de Fermat. Find love in Fermat. And Pierre de... Who's this fellow? Could be better. Make sure you design the names well. Alan Turing, we solved a million times. He's like 216. Fibonacci. It's an obvious 3 fest. Leonardo Bonacci. Leonardo, of course, is a giant 3 fest. It's pretty simple, folks. Wow. This guy's loaded. There you go. The mathematicians of the world. This guy's loaded too. That's stunning. German. I always wonder what these people believed about God. It's like, okay, great. You solved a few problems. How about the most important problem of all, which is mankind's brain concerning God? Nice hat, by the way. There you go, carved in stone are those letters. See how God takes the glory for everyone's name? What does that stand for? That's a curiosity. Wir müssen wissen, wir werden wissen. Now that's a riddle waiting to be solved, isn't it? Well, let's solve it, shall we? We're missing the U, but it divides by 3. Aha, we've solved the mystery of his tomb. By the way, you're like Encyclopedia Brown, that teenage detective that wanders around solving the universe. It's very interesting and fascinating to solve everything. There, that's written on his tombstone. There's the 3, triple the 21st time, doubled. This is fascinating. So now I put David Hilbert together. Like that's a loaded set of letters, David Hilbert, by the way. So what does this all add to? Oh, shut my... Look at that. That is stunning. 8 times Jehovah. Genius. It doesn't get any better than that. There you go. I've solved the man's gravesite. Finally understanding it. Oh, good. He was baptized and raised in the Reformed Protestant Church. Thank God the truth is getting out. Oh, he later on left the church and became an agnostic. Well, you failed, didn't you, sir? Wow, what a fool. Mathematical truth, independent. You failed, sir. Now, what does this mean, though? God will take the glory for everything no matter what. That's the awesome thing. By the way, epitaph divides by 3. The epitaph equals worship. The words were given in response to the Latin maxim ignoramus, and we do not know, we shall not know. That's cool. In English, we must know, we will know. That's a good response. I like that. That's a screamingly beautiful set of letters. That's good. That's pretty sweet. I like that. We will know. We must know. Divides by 3, and then his name divides by 3. And it's 3 words per statement. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 24th prime, 888. 50. Oh man, and this word is Jehovah. And this word, that's amazing. Okay. Too cool. Wonderful. So what exactly did he do other than play with math? Like, what did he do in the name of God to help people go to heaven is what I'm curious about. Like, seriously. Hey. Well, he has been solved. Next, George Cantor. Mr. 360 himself. Oh my goodness. And it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, we gotta pay attention here because this is a very screamingly obvious. And he was born on the 3rd day of the 3rd month, in a year that divides by 3. And he died in the 6th day of a year that divides by 3. Okay, this does not divide by 3, but still, this is too much. This is too obvious. They're always German. Of course they are. The inventor of set theory, a minor detail. Set theory is love plus love. That's insane. Aha. Yeah, I probably believe this. Cantor, a devout Lutheran, believed the theory had been communicated to him by God. That is most certainly true. Who else do you think was going to give it to him? God gives everything. A man can receive nothing except it has been given to him from heaven above. It's like, of course. Oh, the jealousy of godless people. Don't we love it? Hated in life, loved in death. How many times are we going to hear that story? Oh, we just solved the Sylvester medal. That equals holy, holy, holy. An obvious 3 fest. Known for set theory. Love plus half a love. Sylvester medal. Holy, holy, holy. Of course he was German. Of course he was. I am German in my immediate descent, but more importantly, I am human. I come from Adam and Eve just like you. Where did you come from? Well, I came from Adam and Eve. Where did you come from? I came from a garden called Eden. Where are you from? Oh, you're from the same place. Maybe we should actually love each other. Seems to be my job to fix the brains of everyone in this world. Look, he even died at 72 at triple of triple eights. Well, this is a man worth studying because he kept the faith. That's a fine beard. / difficult to swallow over breakfast. Basically, he found some cool stuff that God invented. Okay. So the Sylvester medal in 3 words is 213. And it was named after James, Mr. 48, James Joseph Sylvester. Interesting. Ay. I like that one. I might spend a little bit more time on Mr. George Cantor because he kept the faith. How did he die? I'm always curious. Not exactly that. That's an obvious gem. 3 times 3 times 3, 7 volts at the... So I'll have to dig into that a bit more. Okay, this is a nightmare to solve. I'll leave it for someone else. Oh yeah, this was a fun one because it's this female who's there's 6 and that divides by 3 and she's pure 3s. That's a fun one. Ada Lovelace. John von Neumann. Man, there's Mr. Holy, Holy, Holy himself, 180. That's the same value as Draymond Green's full birth name off the Golden State Warriors. John von Neumann. Jewish? Excellent. Most Germans are actually, in fact, rooted in Jewish blood. See, the problem I have with all of this stuff is that how much is it really doing for the name of love? How much is what he found going to spur up love in humanity? I just, okay, there's a place for knowledge and fascination, but it has to be love-centric. It has to point people to Christ. Otherwise, you're just accepting a bronze medal when you should be working for a gold medal. That's all I'm saying. What did he believe? Do I find the name Christ in this article? Like, it's this simple, folks. Here's an article on some man. Let's do a search for the word Christ. We find nothing. Let's do a search for the word church. Do we find anything? We find nothing. Let's do a search for the word God. We find Godel, but not a lot of God. In fact, I don't think... Oh, look, here he is. Basically, just before he died, he returned to his Roman Catholic faith. There is probably a God. Many things are easier to explain if there is than if there isn't. That is a tragedy. That at the end of your life, or whenever in his life, that's all you would think about God. That is a massive tragedy. If you seek God and you spend time in prayer, He will reveal Himself to you. And you will get the truth. And you will find Jesus. And you will know the truth. So in my opinion, this is actually a very tragic life compared to what it could be. There. I searched for Christ in the man's life and I barely found it. Next. Reveal to me your full birth name, if you please. So I can give my analysis on its merit as far as the purity of the numbers go. Oh, I can design way better than that. Definitely. Let's move right on. Niels Henrik Abel. There's a jolly good number. Mr. 12 times 12. Very nice. And each one is probably +2. Yeah, it's 3 plus 2s. I can design better. He probably died young. Yeah, he died at the age of 26. And once again, folks, you search for the word Christ, and if you find it, well, there's a number of mentions, but it's probably the name Christopher. And yeah, I don't see a lot of... If you don't find the church or Christ in these people's lives, then move on.